Together we'll weave a heart someday. Infinite threads, let's take the ride. Unconditional love as our guide. Open your heart, the journey starts. Infinite threads where love's the art.
Welcome back to Infinite Threads, conversations on love, connection, and compassion. I'm your host, Bob Barnett, and I'm grateful you're here as we continue exploring how love and connection can transform not only our lives, but the world around us. Today, we're talking about healing the world by healing ourselves. And as someone who spent a lifetime learning, growing, and reflecting on what it means to love unconditionally, I can tell you this journey is deeply personal. It's about recognizing our own wounds and allowing love to mend the broken places within us so we can share that healing with others. Let me share something from my own life that shaped my understanding of healing. I grew up in Oklahoma, in a time and place where life was often simple, but not always easy. When I was young, we lived in Tulsa, and one of my earliest memories is of climbing into a laundry chute, thinking it was an adventure, and falling into a pile of clothes. Couldn't have been more than 2 years old. I remember my mom boarding it up afterwards to keep me safe. That memory has stayed with me. Not just because it's a funny story, but because it reminds me how life can feel like that sometimes. We climb into things thinking they're safe, thinking they'll take us somewhere wonderful, only to find ourselves falling unexpectedly. And sometimes we need someone, like my mom, to step in, help us out, and secure things to keep us from getting hurt again. As I got older, life brought its share of challenges, and I started to see how those falls, those unexpected moments, leave marks on us. Sometimes they're small, sometimes they're deep. And if we don't take the time to heal those wounds, they can shape how we see ourselves and how we treat others. One thing that has helped me in my own journey is picturing the people who've hurt me or done wrong as the little babies they once were. I imagine them as tiny, innocent children, untouched by the world's pain. Babies are pure love, you know. But as they grow, life, circumstances, experiences, sometimes trauma, damages them. And those damages often lead them to hurt others. When I see people this way, it's not about excusing their actions. It's about reminding myself that underneath the pain they cause is pain they carry. Let me say that again to you. Underneath the pain they cause is pain they carry. And recognizing that pain allows me to approach them, not with anger or hatred, but with compassion. Scared little babies are what a lot of damaged people are. That they're the baby inside of them. It's horrible. The same is true for ourselves. Each of us was once that little child, full of wonder and love. The world may have hurt us too, but healing begins when we acknowledge that pain and make the choice to love ourselves anyway. So how do we start healing ourselves? For me, it began in 5th grade with a teacher named Kathy Davis. She was the first person at school who made me feel seen, valued, and loved. She encouraged my creativity, having me write short stories and read them aloud to the class, at a time when I often felt out of place or unsure of myself. She reminded me that I mattered. That experience taught me something crucial. Love and encouragement can heal in ways we don't always recognize, and sometimes healing starts when someone else shows us love, even when we don't feel like we deserve it. As adults, though, we can't always wait for someone else to offer us that kindness. We have to be the Kathy Davis in our own lives. We have to remind ourselves that we're worthy of love even on our hardest days. Here are a few ways I've worked to heal myself over the years. Revisit your inner child. Picture yourself as that little boy or girl you once were. Speak to them with love. Tell them they're worthy, they're loved, and they're enough, just as they are. I'm serious, that may sound silly, like a Saturday Night Live gig. I know what that sounds similar to, but listen, it works and you need to do it. Practice forgiveness. This isn't just about forgiving others. It's about forgiving yourself for the mistakes, for the times you didn't measure up to your own expectations. Let go of the judgment and extend grace to yourself. Lean on your passions. For me, that's always been music. As a kid, I inherited albums from my great-grandmother, including Sing Along with Mitch by Mitch Miller and the Gang. I played those records on a little record player in my room, and those songs became a source of comfort. Find the things that bring you joy and let them fill your heart. Find moments of connection, whether it's through a conversation with a trusted friend, a moment of quiet reflection, or sharing love with your family. Connection is where healing takes root. Healing isn't about erasing the pain or pretending it never happened. It's about choosing to grow from it, to soften your heart rather than harden it. And when we heal ourselves, we create space for others to heal too. There's a ripple effect. The love you give yourself spills out into your relationships, your community, and even the world. I've seen this, guys, I know. It's like those infinite threads we talk about. When one thread is strengthened, the whole fabric becomes more resilient. And believe me, we are all connected, guys. Thank you for being here today and for sharing this space with me. Healing is a journey, and it's one we don't have to take alone. Remember, every small act of love and self-compassion matters. Every step forward, no matter how tiny, brings us closer to a more loving and connected world. If you found this episode meaningful, please share it with someone who might need encouragement today. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and connect with me on social media. I'd love to hear your stories of healing and hope. Until next time, remember, healing begins within, and love is infinite. I love you all.